Hey guys, what's up? It's Samantha, and today I'm doing my third week in June Plan With Me, featuring this Scribble Prince Co. monthly subscription kit, and pulling in a lot of gold foil. I kept it to the Scribble Prince Co. gold foil because it's a bit of a different color gold than most of the other gold I have, and then using this Simply Gilded blue and white gingham washi that matched this kit so perfectly. I think this was also from a Simply Gilded subscription box. I don't think this was in her shop. So I'm just obsessed with how this turned out. The one thing I did change from when I originally put down my sidebar, I hadn't pulled out 3 things that happened that week, how I kind of do that with a lot of my memory keeping spreads. So I was just going to do my checklists, and then I realized that there were tall girl boxes, and so I ended up pulling up the checklist and putting in a tall fashion girl box, and I really love how that turned out. I added a ton of foil. I used a lot of the Scribble Prince Co. gold twinkle stuff, so I did the twinkle overlay on that pink 15mm. I did twinkle headers. I did twinkle overlays. I did twinkle deco. I did pull in a couple of gold box, I don't even know what they're called, like the frame overlay boxes, just to mix it up a little bit. You'll see when I put everything down, but I'm just obsessed with how this kit turned out. I liked this mystery kit, but I wasn't obsessed with it. But this is one of my favorite spreads all laid out that I've done in a while. And I did a ton of paper and milk. I feel like the Maru stickers I had from her just matched the pink, blue, and green. Those are pretty much the exact colors that Denise uses for the Maru stickers. It just matched so perfectly, especially the book stickers that have the pink, green, and blue book stack. So I used a lot of paper and milk in this spread, and I'm so obsessed. So much gold foil. I pulled in a lot of gold icons because I was trying to keep it a little more simple for myself. Used a lot of Scribble Prince Co. gold scripts. 100% obsessed. Love the deco. Love the foil. I was just so thrilled when I was done with this. I have not been this excited about a spread in a very long time, especially one that's like pastel pink, because I'm not normally a pink girl, but I love how this turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting down the foundation and then doing the deco and adding in some foil deco bits and stuff. And then I will be back to go day by day. Okay, so the first things I put down on Monday and Tuesday were the bill due stickers, just to get those out of the way. And then on Monday, I worked 9 to 2 because I had a dentist appointment at 3 o'clock, and my dentist is a bit of a drive away from where I work. So put that down. I also, for whatever reason, started putting down labels for Tuesday and then realized that would be really weird for doing voiceover stuff. So we'll get to that later. But Monday, I had an Amazon package, and then that dentist appointment I'm going to put on a label there. And on Monday night, I unloaded the dishwasher, and then Joe and I were still on our Mario Odyssey kick, and hopefully I will move this up in a second. There we go. I put down a half box to mark that, and then a label to mark reading. I did this in a really bizarre order. Sorry, guys. I think it gets better the rest of the video. But I pulled the stethoscope icon from the kit and then put a Simply Watercolor Co. overlay over that for my dentist appointment. I did also pull out my gold check marks from Scribble Prints Co. to use instead of using pen. I feel like it just added a little bit of extraness to this kit that I think took my enjoyment of the finished product over the edge. Just love how this turned out. So I used, like I said, tons of paper and milk, the Switch sticker to mark playing Mario Odyssey, and then the book sticker for reading Amulet graphic novels. This is the week I read so many books. I read pretty much the entire Amulet series, all but the last one were rereads for me. I hadn't read the final book. And then I started my reread of Saga because I couldn't remember which ones I hadn't read. So I just started from the beginning to reread it all because it had been a while since I'd read. I think maybe only the last one or the last two I hadn't read yet, but lots of graphic novels this week. So Tuesday, my credit card bill was due, and I went and grabbed a Starbucks on my way to work, and I worked at 9 to 6. I took a longer lunch break because at 3 o'clock, the adjuster met me at our house, to the insurance adjuster for the basement flood, to go over certain things and for him to take a look at things that were damaged, that sort of stuff. So Tuesday, on my way home from work, I talked to Mom, and then Joe and I had to deal with all of the flood trash, taking everything down to the street for pickup on Wednesday. There was a ton of stuff in our garage. We couldn't park our cars in the garage for that week because we had a lot of the damaged stuff that the adjuster, we wanted him to see, even though I'd taken pictures and everything before we threw it out. And it was just very emotional taking a lot of stuff. There's a lot of memorabilia, things that had to get thrown away because they were, in poop water. So I was just very emotional. So that night, I also got my period this day. I actually remember I was watching Peru's Projects Scotland vlogs after we took all the trash out, and then had some wine, and then I also got my period, and I ate a bunch of ice cream, and that ice cream bowl is from Fox and Cactus. I love how perfectly that matched this kit as well. So Wednesday was trash day, and then I unloaded the dishwasher in the morning and used the Starbucks cups are from Moonlight Paper Co., by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. I had my coffee and did planning, and then we had our basement painter came out to give us an estimate because when it flooded, it peeled up all of the paint on half of our basement, and there were little flecks of paint everywhere. The whole thing needed to be sanded down and repainted and sealed. And then on my way to work, I picked up I think this was probably my Plaquenil prescription, and then I had work from 12 to 8. And then I used an Angry Fox and Cactus Hulk sticker to mark that I was #GrumpyGang, which is the thing that I say a lot to Joe. I'm #GrumpyGang a lot. And I had cramps, and I actually think this night I had ice cream for dinner. So I didn't have enough room to put everything in, but I ate a lot of ice cream. I think there's a correlation between getting my period and eating ice cream. Something I've noticed. So Thursday I had payday, and then I worked from 9 to 5, and Joe was on call, and I used a paper and milk Maru doctor sticker to mark this since I had already used the stethoscope icon from the kit. And I've used all my stethoscope icons from my gold multicolor, and I don't think that was one of the options that Andrea did for a sheet of like the icon, like a full sheet of those icons. I don't think stethoscopes were one of them, and plus Joe's not on call anymore, so I don't have to mark that like I used to. And then I used a Planner Kate washing machine and a laundry script, which I forgot to put down until later, but I think I did a load of towels that day, and I had more cramps, which, lovely. And then my friend Nora and I went out and got drinks, which I can't believe. I don't think I've seen Nora since then, which is so sad because Nora's one of my favorite people. She's like an amazing human being. And I had an Amazon package that night. And then on Friday, I worked from 9 to 5 and unloaded the dishwasher in the morning. And I read all day at work. It was a slow day. Got to read a lot. And this was actually the day I hit my 100 books, which was super exciting because last year 100 books was my goal for the entire year. And I hit 100 books before the halfway point of the year, which just made me very excited. So again, pulled in another Paper and Milk Excited Maru sticker to mark my 100 books. Friday was also SPC new releases, so I used the little mini SPC icon from the gold icon sheet, and then I had this tiny skinny script sheet from, I think it came with a mystery kit, something from Scribble Prince Co., but the new releases was really teeny tiny and it fit on that label and worked out well. So I was just completely burnt out by the end of this week with dealing with all the basement stuff. Was just so exhausting, and a lot of the anxiety and stress hit after stuff was over. I talked about that a little bit in my last video. Once the disaster element of it was resolved, it was just, that was when I sort of had my meltdown or emotional distress. So I was just burnt out. That sticker's from Once More with Love. And then I used an Anxiety Girl from Fox and Cactus. I think that's the Cotton Candy Girl. And then I used an In My Feelings script to mark the anxiety. And I used a Paper Shire tea cup sticker. It was a little big, so I wasn't sure if I think I went back and forth on whether or not I was going to use it or not, but I did just end up putting it down and covering a bit of the header. I had tea and went to bed early, which there's sort of this parabola of stress for me with what I'm drinking. If I'm happy or just a little bit of stressed but not anxious, I'm all about the wine. But I'm really anxious when I don't want wine and I want tea and popsicles. So that's sort of a really bizarre thing. When I'm really upset, I never want to drink alcohol. I don't like drinking if I'm feeling sad or really anxious. So tea and popsicles are my thing. I don't know how that started, but tea and popsicles are my go-to super crazy anxiety wombo combo. Just, that's sort of what I do. But, yeah, so on Saturday was a cleaning day and I did more laundry, and then I made a green juice and came upstairs and did my planning while I had my green juice. That green juice sticker is from Coffee Monsters Co. It's like a green smoothie, not a green juice. It's in my Vitamix though, and Vitamix pulverizes everything. So then Saturday I read, and then I had a nail appointment, but the nail appointment script didn't work with this Maru that I'd picked out, and I didn't want to cover up all of Maru's face, so I just grabbed a paint nails script instead. I figured I would know what that was, and I do. And then after my nail appointment, I went and got a Walmart grocery pickup. Since I was already out of the house, I just did back to back. And then I came home and had me time, lit a candle, read, had some wine, and then watched some YouTube, just chilled out. But since there was just a really skinny little space there, I grabbed a Coffee Monsters Co. Pokemon onesie. Squirtle's my favorite starter from Blue and Red. And then I grabbed one of the skinny me time scripts because that fit in so perfectly right there. And then Sunday was Father's Day, so I used a Scribble Prince Co. Father's Day script over patterned washi there. And then Joe and I had Taco Bell breakfast. And then this was the day I basically sat in my room and read binge read all of Saga, which was an emotional trip. And now they're on a hiatus from writing Saga, and they left us on the world's worst/best cliffhanger. It was just, I was so angry when I got to the end of it, and I'm like, I have to wait how long to find out what happens? It was an emotional roller coaster of a day. But they had an Amazon package that came in, and then on this day I also reorganized all of my washi and filmed my Wallow Washi Instagram stories, which are actually saved as a highlight on my feed if you're interested in seeing how I store all of my washi. I'm actually about to expand my washi storage because I have a serious washi problem. And then I also use a Fox and Cactus spilled wine bottle because I knocked over a glass of wine. I think it was in the kitchen, but I was pretty ticked at myself. So, I hadn't even had anything to drink. It was the glass of wine, the first glass of wine I poured. So this is the finished spread, and I absolutely love how it turned out. I think it's just so pretty, so shiny, and just very summery and happy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm hoping to continue getting caught up on these. So hopefully you'll be seeing a lot of Plan With Me's from me soon. It might be quite a few a week if I really want to get caught up by the end of the year so I can film flip throughs and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm just glad that I'm finally making progress. So I will talk to you guys in my next one, which will hopefully be very soon. Bye.